So what is when we're talking about destiny? Like, what do you believe? Like, when do you reach that destiny? Like at death? Like you're like, okay, I did my part. Like
I think that if you don't reach your destiny, you got to restart.
And now it's interesting that you say that because I have a theory on that.
Okay.
Is that like life is like almost like a game, right? And once you get through it, when you've truly completed the task that was meant to be and all the lessons you were supposed to learn throughout it, you're done. But if you live your entire life and miss the whole lesson you were supposed to learn, you reset when you die and come back, and you got to keep going until you get the true message that you're supposed to get out of it.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the humans.
Let's run it. What episode we on? Introduce our guest.
I gotta think. We did 96, 97. We're on episode 98. We're 2 away from episode 100. And we have a special guest here, someone that I don't really know well. I've met you one time. We hung out. I thought you were an enjoyable soul and a nice person. But you also, we talked last night, and I felt like you were inspired by something that I said or did. I'm not sure what it was. I asked you what made you angry. You said I'm not angry, so I'm not going to use that word. But I feel like you were inspired to speak. Is that correct or no?
I mean, yeah, I just think you put intriguing points out there, I guess. And I just think your point of view is honestly pretty funny. And I feel like it just like you're just doing it to get not a rise, but just a reaction.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
On the internet, yeah. Definitely. And this is Payton, by the way.
Hi, everyone.
Payton. Me and Dolo needed a guest for today.
Payton was available, and here we are.
Not only available, but offered herself to us.
I like that. See, here's the thing. When you have a guest and you don't know them, you don't really know much about them or anything like that, I think it makes it that much better of an episode, because then it's like there's no preconceived notion of where this conversation is going to go.
Right.
We just kind of wing it. I don't know your opinion on anything. You don't know mine, unless, you've seen some things on the internet, maybe clips where we're opinionated about things. And but it's all good. So you guys met where, at Toto Santos? Was she doing? Were you working at Toto Santos when he had his Thursday night party?
No, I actually just moved back into town like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Where were you living before this?
Alaska.
That's interesting. What's up there?
I was born and raised there, and I lived there till I was like 15.
Okay.
And then
Anchorage or just
in Anchorage? Yeah. Okay. My family is all in Wasilla, but I'm in Anchorage.
What's life in Anchorage like?
Yeah, give us a day in the life.
It's like it's a city girl life, but Alaska.
Is it a city?
I can't really imagine a city girl.
What's the population?
It's not. It's not like Houston. It's nothing like Houston.
Well, Houston's barely a city itself.
Yeah.
Barely?
It's kind of like a rolling.
There's literally
suburb.
millions
like
of people
giant
here.
Suburb.
Yeah.
No, there's millions of people. It's a big area of people, but it's not really a concentrated life force of a city.
I like
so
to
you
say,
consider a city like Chicago, New York?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
LA.
Okay.
I like to say at least one descriptor of a city is that you can walk anywhere. That is not possible here. I could barely even walk to the Starbucks that's 5 blocks away.
I mean, it's a commuter city. Honestly, Houston is for it's for like working people.
Well, most cities
I think that's what cities were made for.
I mean, not necessarily. I feel like New York and like Chicago are like tourist cities. I don't necessarily think that Houston is a tourist city.
You might think that looking from the outside in as a tourist that it's a tourist city, but it's really a city that was built on working class and subsequently,
but it doesn't sustain working class.
Everyone that lives there sustains the city.
I mean, absolutely, but like,
so I'm not talking about built as in the construction of the buildings solely. I'm talking about the city, the community, all the culture of the city. It's all because of the people that live there. Now, obviously, there's the Bean and the Mag Mile, and that's a tourist attraction, right? But the city in and of itself isn't a real tourist city. Now, if you're talking about a city like Vegas, Miami, those were built on tourism. So I could agree with you there. There are tourists.
That makes sense to me.
But I don't think that Chicago, for sure not Chicago, because it's very blue collar there. Outside of like the really wealthy areas, most of the city's blue collar.
You're from Chicago?
Kilroy.
Yeah, what's that?
Who's that?
The blue collar god.
That is.
Okay. What does he do?
Right now he works at Bloom.
Yeah,
it's a nightclub in Chicago.
Okay.
But Dolo, you asked him if he was from Chicago?
Yeah. Well, most of my life, like 20 years. Before that, I was in Indiana. But I used to live right above this guy.
So you guys are both from Chicago?
Yeah. We were neighbors. Literally, like on top of each other.
Yeah. And that's how you met?
Well,
we met before that.
Through DJing.
Nice.
Originally, yeah.
So you guys were DJs in Chicago?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And then you guys came to Houston together?
Yes, when COVID happened.
Oh my God, so cute.
There was no work, so we both moved down here because Bottle Blonde had opened. We worked at the Bottle Blonde in Chicago.
Okay.
And so they're like,
R.I.P.
We're opening this.
So you guys just got here?
Well, about 2.5
3 years ago in October.
So that's like right when I left. Okay. I left at the start of COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I actually went on vacation like a week previous, and like it was at a wedding, and everyone was like talking about how like COVID and like whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever. And we got back to Houston, and then I remember getting like a group text because I was working at Clutch at the time, and we got like a text that was like, yeah, we're like not going to be open anymore, like we don't know when we're going to open back up, and my lease was ending, and so I was like, I might as well just like go back home for a while, like, you know what I mean?
Well, what brought you to Houston in the first place?
My mom's husband works oil and gas, so we moved in high school.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that would make sense, yeah, because Alaska, they got the pipeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, very cool. So leaving Alaska to come to Houston, was it like a culture shock for you?
Yeah.
Weather's got to be very different.
I remember the first thing that I said to my mom when I got off the plane, it was like, I think it was like October or November, and I was just like pissed, you know, like I was kind of excited when she told us we were moving to like a big city. I was like, oh, cool. And then I got off the plane and I was like, it's so ugly here. It was like completely brown, like flying in on the plane, you know what I mean? Yeah. And there was like, it was literally just brown. There was no mountains.
You talking about the people or the landscape?
It's definitely
the
ugly.
Landscape.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Because Alaska, you have mountains, a lot of green, I would imagine, when it's not winter.
Yes.
Is it true that like certain times of the year there's like very like a couple hours of sunlight a day? Is that Alaska, or am I thinking Antarctica?
So in the wintertime, you get, well, I'm south in Alaska.
Okay.
So like in the wintertime, I think our shortest day around winter solstice would be like 5 hours.
I would fucking kill myself.
5 hours of daylight.
I would kill myself.
Yeah. But then in the summertime, you have 24 hours of daylight. And that
Still
is
it's
a party.
dope.
It's lit.
That's a little dope.
I'm sad that I left like before. I didn't plan on leaving as quickly as I did. So yeah, I wanted to stay for the summer, but my house sold in like a day, so I'm here.
Well, that's a good problem. I mean,
it's not a problem to have. I'm very thankful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. The real estate was booming at that time.
Well, no, this was just like a few weeks ago.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, so like I listed my house thinking that like, because I actually listed it previously like a year ago because I was considering what I wanted to do, if I wanted to move back or like what, because I bought my house like, I don't know, it's been like 3 years now. And I was like, do I want to stay in Alaska? I just wasn't really like loving it anymore. And I listed it and it didn't sell because the real estate market had like slowed down when interest rates had like rised first, you know? But then when I listed it this next time, I got 2 offers like the second day. So I just think it was like time for me to move on.
Does that mean a lot of people are moving to Alaska right now? Is that like a...
Not necessarily. I just think the real estate market was better, and I just think it was like my time to go. Like when I listed my house previously, I just think everything kind of has like divine timing, you know? And it wasn't my time.
Yep.
Are you an astrology girl?
I believe in astrology. I don't think it dictates your life.
Like when you
there's a science to it.
When you meet a man who you're thinking about potentially mating with, do you ask him what his sign is?
No. I kind of just go off energy, honestly.
Okay. So you could sense someone's what's the word? Astrological sign.
I mean, I don't think it necessarily correlates to your astrological sign. Like someone can have really good energy and not be a match for me. But like
what's a match for you? Are you single right now?
I am single, yes.
How long have you been single?
Like 2 years.
Okay, so you're a veteran.
Yeah, you're in the game for real.
This is on strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my longest stint was maybe 5 years or something.
Yeah, that's a solid run.
It's you could describe it that way.
Are you enjoying being single?
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot, which is why I think I remain single.
Okay. You don't like to have a woman to take care of you?
I like to have a woman to take care of things.
Have you ever had a woman take care of you?
In what way?
How do you think women are supposed to take care of you?
Well, I mean, everyone has their own needs and wants, but I think like over the pandemic, I had a girlfriend, and that was probably the most taken care of that I've been by a girlfriend.
Did she cook for you?
Yeah.
Did she pray for you?
Oh yeah, witchcraft, spells. Do spells count?
It's kind of like a prayer.
What
right?
what kind of spells?
Seance is this a prayer of sorts, right?
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely call myself a witch, but you don't have to do actual spells to be powerful.
She did spells.
You ever froze somebody's name on paper?
I'm scared for you.
In an ice cube?
She's a very
have you
sweet girl.
returned energy to sender?
Yeah, no, we didn't end on bad terms at all. It's never been bad. Never.
Like what kind of spells would she do?
When she was in financial trouble, she claimed that she would do money spells and then get money somehow. Like we would just get mailed to her, just like the universe would bring her things. She was a wild girl. Very sweet though.
Okay.
I like a sweetheart.
It's not the only witch he's dated either.
Who's the other one?
Wasn't there another girl that you were talking to out here that was...
So
wasn't
they do
really
like
dated.
actual like conjuring spells.
No, I think that like my ex-girlfriend had like this woman that she would speak to on the phone who was like
my
a Miss
goodness.
Cleo kind of woman, you know, and they would do like spells, like more manifesting. Like I feel like, you know how everyone's like, this is a manifestation tweet. I'm going to put this in the universe and it's going to come back to me. It was like that, but like a more serious version of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you believe in laws of attraction? Do you think that that's possible to manifest energy?
Absolutely. I just think people are manifesting too much when they should just surrender.
Take what you need.
Yes, and I think everybody kind of has like a divine like plan for their life, and so when you're manifesting too much, you're gonna like call a bunch of energy in that isn't necessarily meant for you, which is fine. I don't necessarily think it's like dangerous or wrong. I just feel like if we all just kind of relaxed into ourselves, you would be on a better
Are you
path.
thinking about materialistic manifestations, or are you thinking more like unrealistic expectations of a partner, or what do you mean? Like, okay, for instance, me, I like material objects. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like, I'll work towards getting material objects. Sometimes I feel that it's not even necessary, but for some reason I like overly obsess about bringing this into my life, right? And I think that maybe is that because we're American, right? That's like, I want more of something. But you're thinking maybe you don't need to ask for that much. Just get what you need and fucking live your life.
I think that, yes, but I think like everyone has a different expectation of what they need or like what they deserve, I guess.
What do you need? What do you deserve?
You know, I used to really feel like I didn't need money to be happy, and because I'm always happy. I honestly am genuinely like a very happy person, but like I've kind of come to the realization, especially like after I have my daughter. I didn't mention that. I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, I have a 20-month-old.
Wow.
And an 18-year-old as well.
Oh my goodness. You have a grown-up.
Yeah.
Kid's seasoned in the game.
Wow. Yeah. Well, parenthood is
Girl
awesome.
dad.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, I love parenthood.
Yeah.
It's great.
But what were we talking about?
What you want out of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think that I didn't necessarily want money, like a lot of it, but I feel like that's just kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, it's okay to want a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially because like I know like in my heart like who I am. And like I was listening to one of your podcasts and you were talking about how money is evil.
Money is evil.
No, people are evil.
Yes. But the idea of this thing that you need to use as a bartering chip or that this thing that you need to live, really. I mean, you need money to live. If
Absolutely.
you don't have money, you're on the street.
Better know how to farm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that the fact that is what they
Farming
turned
school.
it into, it makes it evil to me, I think. But yeah, I mean, people are also evil.
I agree. I mean, the system is just, it's not our fault that the world has become this. So I don't think that it's bad to like want a lot of things, because it's just not our fault that the system was set up this way to...
You think we're products of our environment?
Absolutely.
Right. Obviously, if you were Native American, you'd be more chill and okay with just getting what you need. But we've grown up, and our generations have grown up in this capitalist society that we have this insatiable lust for greed, right?
I think natives kind of feel the same way now. Like you
think natives are greedy too?
I mean, I don't think they're greedy. I'm not a greedy person at all whatsoever. So,
but the natives, I mean,
the natives, they also want things now, because they understand how the world is and the earth.
White people sitting on a couch could really speak on what the natives want.
My best friend is indigenous.
Well, she lived in Alaska. There's a lot of natives.
Speak on it. Yeah.
They like their casinos.
They like their casinos because they produce money.
Well, they are also now products of their environment, and it's not their fault that their land was stolen from them. So now they're just existing in the world as it is, and it's okay to want comfort and luxury, because there's really not many other... They've stripped us of everything else that's good and beautiful.
Cool.
So, I mean, I'm not going to name like specific people, but it's America has a problem.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was pretty evident when we're on the brink of World War III, but all we can talk about is, I don't know,
money and bitches.
Money.
I'm not us specifically. I'm talking about like the media focuses on the wrong things.
They focus on things that they know will strike a nerve to get comments.
Yeah, they're trying to make money.
That the byproduct of that has blown everyone's fucking top. Between fighting, we can't get along on anything.
Yeah.
It used to be people just fought about religion and politics a little bit, but like now, like everyone's like, I never gave a shit about the trans community or what they wanted. I was like, that's cool. You're transsexual, you're gay, bi, whatever. That's cool. Do your thing. But they figured out ways through algorithms on how to engage more audience. So they put these baiting headlines. Like I see them every day, and I'm just, it's so obvious to me now, but like it still strikes a nerve because I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like it'll be like, oh yeah, they're putting this tranny fest in a school trying to make children gay, and I'm like, well, I don't want that, but at the same time, I know that's not really what's happening. That's just like the headline that they're putting on it to make it.
They're making
but
it
then
way
subsequently,
worse.
People on the other side are taking that also, and it's just putting gas on the fire and making everybody more divided.
And it's all for money.
All for money. It's all for media to get.
The more clicks you get, the more money you get. The way to get clicks is to be polarizing, and you're doing it for money. And the way that I think that money is evil is the way that it ruins something. It poisons something. Like I love DJing, but once money is too involved in DJing, it ruins it for me.
So you wouldn't want to be paid more?
I want to be paid more, and that kind of ruins the whole thing.
But that's not his fault. That's just, like you said, that's just he's a product of his
environment. Yeah. You
want more. We all have to be programmed with some degree of greed. Otherwise, life and our what's the term I'm looking for? Our species would not evolve to the state it's in right now had we not been greedy enough to want more and want more. We would have just been content and just all kind of
been cavemen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's where we need to go back. We need to digress.
Well, if we could devolve a little bit, I think
we need to transcend
into what
this reality, because
spiritual beings.
I gotta go.
I mean, is that what you think an alien is like an evolved human? What do you mean transcend?
I don't necessarily think. I mean, aliens probably know more than us. I don't think they're more. We've become pretty evolved, if you ask me. Like
extremely.
We're extremely evolved.
We're damn near
too much, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. We're this close to becoming computers ourselves. Yeah. I mean, we pretty much are.
We are. The phone is a part of us now. That is a part of us. I
mean, think about it. When's the last time you went more than 24 hours not with an idea of, I'm going to do this to prove to myself I can go without my phone? When was the last time you went 24 hours without a phone?
Like not even thinking about it.
Not even thinking
literally enjoying your life as it is without a cell phone in front of your face.
I mean, I've actually done that like pretty often the past few years because I was in Alaska and I was just
there's no service anymore.
Enjoying life. I mean, when you go camping, there's literally no service.
I can see that, but let's be real.
I enjoy my phone though. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. But let's be realistic. Even when you're camping, right? That's like a destination. So you're not camping because that's where you live, right? You're camping because it's a getaway. So that's a preconceived notion of I'm not going to use my phone. I'm going to disconnect.
Your phone doesn't work. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But even without that, when's like a time when you didn't even think about it? You just didn't even bring your phone with you.
I haven't done that in a long time.
And I haven't done it since smartphones came out in 2008.
Yeah.
It's just, it's because we have become part of the phone. And I think people are starting to realize that. It's a very inconvenient truth. But look at the what they're trying to do with Apple Vision. Have you guys been? What did you guys watch?
I saw the memes. Really, I didn't.
I just saw the highlights of the. I didn't watch the whole presentation, but essentially, it's glasses that you wear. They want us to eventually just wear them full time, just like you would wear. Like I wear
full time.
Well, like it seems crazy, right? I wear glasses every day, so it's not that crazy for me to see that in the near future. Once they scale it down a little bit, that I could wear glasses all day, and everything I could just make manifest and appear, and it's going to be where I program it to be.
Is it
so I could have a giant TV in my living room that doesn't even exist, but it doesn't matter because it's there in my eyes. It's here.
Fuck.
Is what it is.
That's really sad.
That's fuck.
We're very, very, very close. Yeah. And it's like, just like in your phone, when you use certain apps, you can have it programmed to read something when you look over. Well, it's like that, but way more advanced to where literally, you could have an AI friend who's just living with you and just wandering around your apartment and you talk to him just like you would anybody else.
I'm good.
It's at the point where it's like either we disconnect and devolve, or we go
all the way in,
and that's the transcending unfortunate that we're looking at.
Well, Elon Musk is saying he's even terrified of AI.
He's been saying that, but he tried to petition to lobby to
slow it down,
and nobody stopped it, and here we are.
I mean, yeah, they want everyone distracted. They want everyone to be a product of their environment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because you can
feeds the rich.
Exactly. You can easily enslave people with the AI.
But I'm still going to be rich.
How does that work?
Eat yourself?
Explain that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean eat the rich?
I think we need more like good souled people with a lot of money.
Yeah, but that doesn't really work that way.
Money ruins you once you... Cause
I don't agree.
Because here's the thing. Imagine you are making $1 million, right? And then... you're living by your means of making $1 million, so you need that $1 million now.
Mm-hmm.
That $1 million has to still come in for you to live the life that you have. Mm-hmm. Any threat to that $1 million is a threat to you, your life, your family, everything you've built. And that is what turns a person evil. That is what turns a person, that is what makes them make decisions where they say, you know what? This product that we're using to make this money, we found out that it causes cancer for humans. But if I tell them that, I'm not going to get this money anymore. So I can't tell them that.
Home. My kids won't be able to go to school. My kids need to eat. Friends are. It's the reality.
I mean, if you're solid, you're solid. If not, like if you're gonna fold with
that's a
like
real
that,
easy thing to say.
It's easy.
Let me ask you a
to
question, and I don't want to put your business out there, but I gotta imagine if your stepfather is in oil and gas, you come from a comfortable lifestyle. Maybe not multi-billionaire rich, but
my mom raised me as a single mom until I was 15 years old.
But I'm saying
I didn't grow up.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not trying to assume anything or put anything out there, but I'm just saying, is it fair to assume that you have had everything
a struggle
in your life? You never went without a meal, right?
No.
Okay, so it's really easy to say that you don't need money when money and being able to afford things has never been that much of an issue. Where it was never like life or death if you can't make money, right? So it's like easy to have the idea of I could stay solid and have money. Mm-hmm. But if that and bro weren't there, staying solid doesn't pay bills. That's the reality.
I mean, I don't blame people that need to feed their kids for. Have you ever heard that song like "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked"?
I have heard it. I don't know the lyrics
to the elephant.
Yes.
Elephant.
Yeah.
It's kind of a banger.
I used to play that at
It
Stout.
is a banger.
It's kind of a banger.
You know, and like people do what they have to do, and I don't necessarily blame them if they're not causing like serious harm. I mean, people have I think everybody has different rules to life. I don't think everybody's born with the same rules in life, which is why I don't have a religion, because I just don't think we're all here to do the same things and have the same lessons. And so Yeah, by all
Isn't that
means.
why there's so many different religions? Is because like everyone can find their path through a different prophet, so to speak. Not to say that everyone that has that's atheist doesn't have a goal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying doesn't that kind of have the same idea? Because if you're a Buddhist, then your life goals are different than say a Muslim or even a Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone has good intent.
Sure, but I think religion was created a really long time ago, so now we are evolved, and now I just think that no religion is the answer, and like you just have to really like tap in and figure out what your path is and what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, that is a religion in itself.
Absolutely, but like
religion.
it's no one else's business what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And your rules, and yeah.
Just between you and
between you and source and God and the sun.
So there is a God. So there is, in your religion, there's still a divine source of
I believe in me.
Life. Are you
your God?
Yes.
That's fine. It's your religion. You can say that.
That's what you want.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean,
well, you asked me.
I still always do the right thing because I believe in karma still.
So there's your balance.
But everybody's karma is different. I know that my granny always used to tell me, like, do the next right thing. So I've always done the next right thing.
But what if what you think is right, someone else doesn't think is the right thing?
That's fine. I respect you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you respect everyone, you're not hurting nobody.
I believe
unconditional love, absolute respect.
I believe along the same lines of that. Like when there is a decision in front of you, it's really not that difficult to tell which decision, like which way you go with it, is the more moral and right thing to do rather than the wrong thing to do. And if you do more of the right thing, you will
be rewarded.
Yes. I believe in that as well.
Yeah.
So then we can all agree, whether your religion is yourself or Jesus or whatever Jews believe.
Hanukkah Harry.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, Jews like believe in what Jesus was saying, but he wasn't. I don't think he really meant it to be that way. Jesus didn't. Well,
he was
to be
cool
that way.
up until a point.
He said, "Fuck this guy."
He was cool until like he disrespected the laws.
Yeah,
and
you don't disrespect.
There's no laws. Like
there was Jewish law. That was why Jesus was crucified.
Oh my goodness. There's no law.
You haven't heard of the Bible thing, have you?
I've read the Bible, most of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You missed the part where the Jews killed Jesus?
Oh my god.
Small detail.
I mean, that's a pretty big detail, but
here's the thing, there's a lot of killing that happens, and a lot of times it happens because you're not this. You're a different person. Jesus was a Jew, and we had to sit with ourselves and decide he's one of us. We don't want to do this, but we have to do this.
They had to self-govern, almost like the prison gangs. Yeah. Along with the Messiah, the Son of God.
What about Hitler? Did he have to do it?
No.
I Hitler don't think he had to. I think he wanted to.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
He believed that Jews were bad for whatever reason, but he was half Jewish himself. So again, yeah, that's fact. You didn't know Hitler was half Jewish?
No.
What?
Google
Is
it.
that a thing? Should we Google it?
I'm not going to do it on the show.
He even bombed and destroyed his own town because he tried to hide the fact. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a known. Yeah, it's a known fact. I've
never heard that.
Yeah.
Jesus
was half, or Jesus, Hitler was half
Jesus
Jewish.
Was full.
Jesus was full Jew. Hitler half Jew. Wait a minute, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Oh my God.
It's getting a little crazy.
When you take out the half element, it's a big difference. That's common knowledge. I thought.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've heard that before.
That sounds like something you've heard on a TikTok.
Do I need to Google it? I don't
know. We'll figure it out. It's all right.
I'll put some money on it.
Leave it in the comments if you
you
know if Hitler
it
was a Jew or half Jew.
But yeah, wait. So what's keeping you single for 2.5 years?
I'm a mother, and my focus is on being a mother. Also, I'm just kind of like I said, I kind of go off energy, and so I just haven't.
You're in Houston, so
It's hard to find.
The energies are kind of crazy
here.
Yeah, it's just like
it's pretty toxic energy here.
It's not really the place to look for a mate. I imported mine.
The formula for a baby that I was raised on, that I was brought up on, was like love and caringness and unity. These things, you add them together and you create a baby.
Yeah.
In Houston, it's like violence and unstableness and jewelry, and there's just it's a lot of
throwing a Lamborghini SUV somewhere.
It just seems like everybody that's trying to make a relationship work out and it's not working out, they try and have a baby to like glue it together. That's kind of what it seems like in this city.
Goodness.
And there he goes. I knew you couldn't fucking hold yourself.
And that could just be the sign of the times. I don't know. But it's wild out here.
I will tell you that's not the way to do things. I've always been a mother. I grew up just like being really motherly and like taking care of my friends. So when I did get pregnant, I just was like, okay, like I'm gonna be a mother, like this is it. And like I really do think people should be more careful about who they choose to parent children with.
Yeah.
I believe in that as well.
Yeah.
But
not everyone can do it alone either. It's really
sometimes I feel crazy. Sometimes I look around in the space that I'm in the place that I'm in, and I'm like, well, everyone's doing it, and they definitely don't have something good going on. Like, am I nuts? Why should I just get someone pregnant? Because I want to have a kid.
That's literally why the world is in the condition that it is in.
Well,
because people don't actually want to be parents. They want to control
I agree.
other people.
I think that everyone's too fucking selfish.
They want to,
To be fair, the world's so fucked up, it wouldn't be bad if some of these people weren't having kids. So maybe some of these selfish people will just die off. Their money will just, I don't know, go to a charity or something, and then they'll kind of level the playing field.
Okay.
Because think about it. When people, like back in the 50s, like you're 25, 26, okay, it's time to settle down, find a mate, build a family, carry on your legacy through that. But now people like they have these luxuries and they have, Botox or whatever the fuck else. They're like, no, I want to be 21 forever. Like I want to have knowledge, but I want to be like, I want to live like a 21-year-old forever.
But they ravage their bodies like
they ravage 16. Their bodies, but they don't want to give birth or subsequently get someone pregnant because they know that they would have to sacrifice a lot of their own luxuries.
And that's fine. Like I said, everyone has a different path in life. And I think if you know that like you are so selfish that you cannot raise another child, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think that's a great thing that you're that self-aware. I think the people that have a baby to like baby trap someone or that's wild, and that is horrible for this world, and that's scary.
Let me tell you, my son's mother, she got pregnant. I got her pregnant. We were like 18, going on 19, and it was pretty much that. It was like I was like, sorry. We have like a shitty relationship, but I'm thinking like, if we just have a kid, like we can just focus on that and like things will work out. You're fucking 18. You don't fucking know what the you're an adult, but you're not really an adult.
That's
right?
young. I wouldn't even consider that an adult. I mean, like,
no, that's not an adult. Your brain doesn't develop until you're 25.
Yeah.
Well, you try telling that to an 18-year-old. Right. They'll tell you different. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was. And it was just fucking. It was a long road. It's a long road.
But you guys are okay now?
I don't communicate with her.
Okay. You communicate with your kid?
Yeah, he lives with me. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's civil, right?
Yeah.
There's no restraining order to keep her from communicating with me, so that's good.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wild to me. It's wild.
It's a long journey to get to that point.
Wild, wild world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you and your daughter's father? Are you guys civil?
We don't speak.
Okay.
I'm just a mother.
There it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the way it goes.
It's better that way.
It is, because when me and my son's mother split, it was like, it wasn't just because I couldn't deal with her. It was more because I was like, I don't want my kid to grow up, constantly seeing us fight.
Yeah.
Like, I do want the atomic home, as I say, with a mother and a father there.
For sure.
And with my daughter, that's what I have, and I'm very blessed and happy for that. But at the time, it was like the lesser of two evils. It's like, you don't want your kid to grow up in a broken home, but you also don't want your kid to grow up with you fucking, wanting to kill his mother.
Kids need happy parents.
Yeah.
So at any cost, be happy.
For sure.
And then raise your kids in a happy home.
Hear that strategy?
I'm trying.
Taking notes?
Listen, I didn't come from the happiest of homes, so I know. That's why I'm scared of these, these every
hoes.
time I see these people just getting knocked up with other random people that I'm like, what are you doing?
You already know this
What
is
are you
going bad.
doing? Yeah.
But sometimes
They're lost. Just
but-
let them.
in some
Do it.
I will say in some instances I have seen now, not necessarily with toxic couples where they end up like coming together because of the kid, but I have seen people kind of like mature together to co-parent and raise a kid together, and though maybe it wasn't like the insatiable love that like, oh, I need to be with this person developed into this lifelong journey together, but the fact that like, hey, I can live with you and you can live with me and we both love this kid and it works out.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I like that, but I don't know that necessarily comes from the child itself.
Well, no, I don't. I'm just saying that is it all kind of encompasses. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's like you have a kid and then you're like, you know what? Like that movie Knocked Up. Like let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think like it kind of develops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because when you do have a child, you do have to mature a level.
I can only imagine. I mean, I got to imagine that there's something changes in your brain.
Yeah, because you
I would hope so.
Biological, like legit, like not something that you do consciously.
To be honest, I think okay, like let's take for example, what is when you called when you like inject yourself with the hormones to have children?
Fertility drugs.
Yeah, okay. I think that is a huge problem because I think some people just are born to not have children and now they have all these things.
You're not religious, but you say a lot of religious things. I feel like this is like an argument.
I mean,
that
a lot
Christian
of
would make. I feel like.
I feel like you might not. You may be undercover Christian. You don't even know.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah,
you're in good company.
We'll take you in.
It's fine. There's not a whole lot of us left.
You'll accept me.
No,
I believe in God. I'm like I love God. God is good. But I also
believe you are God.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
100%.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and according to Christianity, Jesus lives in our heart. So therefore,
so
you're right.
I believe in the law of one.
Okay,
we're all one.
Okay,
like the big bang, like we were all one, and then it was.
Strategy's getting excited when you're talking about a big bang.
Hey.
I love a big bang.
He does.
No, yeah, I believe that too. I mean, we're all connected in some weird way.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
There is some, and some people say that is God. We're all connected through God, or whatever it is. However you feel it best. You can describe it however you feel you can describe it best is whatever that feeling is to you, but there is something.
Isn't that what the 5% like
have you heard
nation
that song? There's a song for that.
I'm sure there's a bunch of them.
Bang,
are you talking like Nicki Minaj and
no.
Kelly Clarkson?
I love Nicki Minaj though.
I don't know what big. I don't know.
You don't know that song?
Maybe
like
sing it more.
I'm alive and all the stars.
Is it Christian rock? POD.
What do you know?
Who sings it? It's an older song, but it's a good one.
But back to that we are one thing. Isn't that what like 5% Nation of Islam? Isn't that like the thing? Like they're like we all come from the Big Bang. So subsequently we are all pieces of matter. Everything in the universe is one thing. So like our bodies are made up of that same.
So I'm reading a book right now. It's called the Celestine, whatever prophecy, and it's about like a manuscript that was found like I don't know, it's probably a few thousand years ago now, and when it talks about that, like the law of one, and like how everything is just like divinely guided, and like what I was saying is like how everyone has like a different path, and like certain circumstances lead them to their destiny, whatever.
So is that like what gives the universe balance by us doing our path? But when you actually follow the path,
right?
But when you go against it, you feel all these pressures.
Well, then bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
I think when you're not in alignment with your path, then things happen that aren't supposed to happen.
How does one find their path?
Yeah, how do you find your path? I need to find my path, I feel like.
That might be your problem. You might be lost.
Well, our bodies are...
You think the Apple Vision will help?
I don't know. I think that's going to take you further away from your path.
I think so too. I think they want you distracted.
Okay, sorry, just wondering.
Yeah.
No, really. How do you find your path? What do you know? Like when things are going well, do you judge? Like, are you looking at yourself and you're saying, well, things are going really well. I'm happy right now. I'm making money. My career is going well. My child is doing good. All these things are going well. Do you look at yourself and say, okay, well, I guess this is whatever I'm doing right now. Just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I think like, with obviously to get what you want, you have to, hard work comes into play. So I'm not saying like things will just like happen for you. You have to like work with universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it, and work towards your destiny, whether that's, you know what I mean? Everyone's is different.
So what is, when we're talking about destiny, like that sounds like the, you know, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Like what do you believe, like when do you reach that destiny? Like at death? Like you're like, okay, I did my part. Like
I think that if you don't reach your destiny, you got to restart.
So then what is, okay, now it's interesting that you say that because I have a theory on that.
Okay, what's your theory?
And I don't know, I just kind of came up with it. I think I talked to you about it on here before.
Yeah.
Is that like life is like almost like a game, right? And you play it as such, and once you get through it, when you've truly completed the task that was meant to be and all the lessons you were supposed to learn throughout it, you're done. But if you live your entire life and miss the whole lesson you were supposed to learn, you reset when you die and come back, and you got to keep going until you get the true message that you're supposed to get out of it.
Yeah.
Is past lives, is that taught in Christianity?
No.
That is that against
Witchcraft.
Christianity?
No, it doesn't say
Straight
it's
to
against. Okay, again, I'm no preacher, you know.
But you know the religion better.
But I gotta get grasp on it. It's kind of just always when people talk about it, they talk about it's like false prophets. Well, that's not in the Bible, so it's not there. I don't know. I think it's pretty big deal that if it was the case, it would be in there. But again, I'm not saying, you know, I'm just saying it kind of makes sense. I'm not like a hardcore Bible thumper where I'm like, I don't fucking believe anything other than this, and like I'm on TBN, and no, I don't. I'm raised Christian, practice Catholic, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I look at it more as like a good guideline of values.
Yeah.
And so like with my son, send him to Catholic school when he's young, and you know, instill those values. You know what I'm saying? And I do agree with the values that align with what I find valuable in my life. Whether I was or wasn't Catholic, I would still see value in the platonic home of a mother and a father and a child and teaching them right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, absolutely.
I'm not with that, you know, new shit.
I mean, that's the thing though. It's just like evolution has strayed us away from our destinies, I feel like, because we're all so distracted. And so yes, I agree, like the values that come with religion, very important. I think that's a lot why people send their kids to like instill those values. But like you still are a free person. I feel like you do what you want to. You drink on the weekends, you have a good time.
More than the weekends, but yeah. For sure. I like to have a good time
up and like that's good.
That's why I say I'm not like a hardcore, like I'm definitely not your poster child for whatever.
I think as long as you
but you're knowledgeable. You are very knowledgeable on it.
I definitely, you know, am curious, and I have a knowledge of other religions as well. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really think that any of them are wrong. And I have a belief that we were all meant to get the same message. And I believe Jesus, I believe Allah, I believe they were all prophets, Buddha, all of them were kind of sent to different parts of the world that were at different planes of existence, right? Whether it's spiritually or whatever it was, and were given the same message just through a different prophet because they could understand it better, right? So
for sure,
if in the East they were more, you know, spiritual people, the Buddhist way made more sense of transcending. But it all kind of has the same story. Like you eventually want to transcend into a heavenly place, right? And there are evils and there are good and there are rules to, you know, get through this life.
Do you think everyone goes to heaven if they follow
everyone
Jesus?
Who's yeah, Jesus for sure.
You think so? You think all of them? Everyone who's like, I believe in Jesus, you go to heaven.
And so that's the thing, right? So in Christianity, they talk about the Lamb's Book of Life, which is like the idea is once you take Jesus in your life, you automatically go to heaven. I don't know about that because the problem is like, what if you're a shitty person? Just because you accept Jesus.
So the most judgmental people I have ever met in my entire life are Christians.
I can agree with that.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're going to heaven if you judge me.
For sure. And I don't think that being a Christian makes you a good person at all.
Absolutely.
But I also think that religion in and of itself is misunderstood. And I think that Jesus had a good message. And I think when he was here, everything was laid out but like as humans, we aren't perfect, right? So people like misinterpreted, maybe even use the Bible, obviously for not good reasons when you look back at history, you know what I'm saying, through the Crusades and things like that. And I think that comes from the evil element of just us being humans. We're born with sin, right?
Yeah.
So we twisted it in a way, but I don't think that Jesus is the problem why Christians are judgmental. I think that that's a cultural thing.
Okay. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but I want to know more about this destiny thing.
Okay.
Like you have to explain it to me. Like I understand what you're saying, but what is it? What does it really mean? Like paint me the picture of somebody reaching their destiny.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like what exactly?
I can't paint a picture for anybody else but myself.
So paint me your picture.
What do you believe your destiny is? Have you found it yet, or are you still searching?
I mean, I'm a writer. Like I've been, and I kind of just like recently have like come aligned with my destiny, you know? So like, I don't know. I've been like writing since I was little. Like I would always write in my journal, and like, I'm kind of like poetic, I guess you could say. I'm a rhymer, you know? And so my mom always told me like, write a book, like whatever. And yeah, recently, I don't know. I've been,
What's the novel you're working on?
I'm not really interested in writing a book at all.
Oh, okay. Is it poetry?
Well, so
I feel like I'm the next like Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
you want to be
I'm
a
a
rapper?
rapper.
Okay.
100%.
So what you're telling me right now is that your destiny is to be a white female rapper,
Absolutely.
a Chanel West Coast of sorts.
Don't compare me to her.
Well,
She was on a song with Nicki Minaj.
One could draw
Meg the
parallels.
Stallion.
You're Megan,
The Stallion.
the albino stallion.
Yeah.
well, you know, there's black horses and then white
we're
horses.
all one.
Okay.
So
But I can't really see you.
You can't see it?
I can't really see you. I mean, like, okay, you're telling me you're Meg the Stallion, so what that means to me.
All right, hold up.
What
This
that
can all be settled right now.
I'm literally
Spit
dying.
a freestyle for us.
You want me to spit some bars for y'all?
Yes.
I feel like I shouldn't do it for free. Are you guys gonna pay me?
Well, potentially somebody could be seeing
First of
this,
all,
and you could
wait,
get it.
wait,
It could launch your career.
Let's backtrack. That is the most disturbing thing I've ever heard in my life. You're not even a paid rapper.
No, I'm not.
You've never once in your life been paid to do this, and you want me to pay you to do this?
Please.
Do you see how you're missing the whole? You're missing the artistry. You told us that this is your divine.
Yeah,
Joking,
what?
I'm joking.
This is your divine quest in life, and you only want to do it for money.
I don't only want to do it for money.
Okay, well then do it for
I don't
free.
care about money. I've lived
Spit
my
some
whole
bars.
life.
Give us.
Want me to spit some bars?
Give me like a hot 16.
Okay. You guys don't believe in me?
For anyone
No,
listening,
I'm not saying. You
guys heard it here
We're giving
first.
you a platform to
Right.
catapult your career.
Okay.
for anyone listening, she's going through the notes in her phone. She's pulling up her hottest
That's fair.
16.
What is your? Do you have a name?
Do I
Because it
have
can't
a
be
name?
Megan Thee Stallion. That's already taken.
Yeah.
What do you guys think my name would be?
He called you the albino stallion. I feel like we could come up with something better,
The albino
How about, like,
stallion.
like the blonde bomber.
Nah, I'm not a bomber. I would never, ever, ever bomb.
But you're
anyone.
you're
do
bombing.
bomb
It's
hard.
lyrically.
You bomb the
Do
track.
no harm,
You're
but I
bombing
take
on the
no
track.
shit.
It's
You-
like a
you bomb the
hypothetical
track.
thing.
I bomb the track. Hell yeah, I bomb the track. All right,
There you go. The blonde bomber.
Nervous. Does anyone have any tequila?
No, we don't
There
have
is
tequila.
tequila in this
Is there?
freezer if you really want it. But come on. I mean,
Come on,
what do you-
just spit it.
Okay.
This is your life's goal.
Okay.
What do you got? What do you got to be nervous for?
Okay, I can't do this.
You got this. You
This
got
is your
this.
destiny.
This is your
what
fucking
if this
destiny.
is your path to get to where you're supposed to
That's what led you to
Okay.
his living
be? What
room.
if there's an A&R watching this episode, waiting for a white rapper? Because I got to be honest, it's going to come back around. It's going to come back. We're not hot right now. White people are out. At
You
the
might
moment.
be the savior of white people.
White people are out.
Nah,
Out.
we're all one.
Our reign
We're all one. Okay, ready?
has rained out.
All right, just run it. You got this.
Okay, I need a shot of tequila.
Oh my God. All right, hold on. I need to hear these goddamn bars.
You
The
don't believe I
tequila's
have
in the
bars.
bottom of the freezer, under the little drawer. You see it. Yeah, come
Are
on,
you
man.
are you nervous?
No, this is just a regular thing for me. I have
But I need a
excess
shot glass.
energy comes out in my legs.
I just need to drink it.
Yeah,
Who's
just
drink out of
shoot
this
it.
bottle.
It's
Meg the Stallion.
And the albino stallion.
Don't put
Yeah.
your lips on the bottle. Just waterfall it. You'll be fine. No pressure. Good job.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice and cold.
Now, before we lose our audience,
Warm up
we need
the lyric,
we need to
the
revive them
lyrics
with some
there.
bars.
I can do this.
You can definitely do this. It's not even a question. You might be a little nervous, which is fine. It's completely normal.
Maybe you should be a ghost writer.
But here's the thing about
Nah,
nerves.
I'm not. Look at this face.
Here's the thing about nerves. They only get to you before the act itself. You know what I'm saying?
Just
I
live
get
in the
nervous
moment.
before I DJ, but once I get up there and I start DJing, it's all gone.
You're nervous when you DJ?
Before, always. Before I fucking get in my car, sometimes I'm nervous.
Really?
But it's all once you settle into the
You're
task
like
itself.
behind a little thing, and you're like, I've watched your stories. You're like, dee, 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 dee.
Yeah, I do. That's
Sounds
exactly what
good.
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm sure someone will think this
Okay,
is
okay,
good
okay.
as soon as they hear it.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Bitches be hating, they really act bold. You don't need Botox when your face this ice cold. Take one look at me and you already shivering. My man's a monster and I still got him quivering. Brrr. Hair like Elsa, grill so icy. She straight out of Alaska. Everyone wanna wife me.
Oh shit! Okay, hey,
Okay,
Now
all right.
I like the hair like Elsa out of Alaska. You know what? She's keeping it true because if you came on here and started saying some "I'm gonna shoot you" shit, I would have had to roast you
I
for
would
it.
never shoot anybody. That's so horrible.
But this is,
Well, never
you know,
say never.
she might have.
What if they're trying to kidnap your daughter? You got to.
There may be a place for a white rapper. Frozen is a big movie. All right,
Big movie.
Everybody, I know Elsa, and I haven't even seen the movie. My daughter's not old enough to really watch that yet.
Really?
She wouldn't. She
my
just
daughter's
wants.
too. She
All
watched
she wants to
it.
watch is Coco Melon. That's it.
That's horrible.
Anytime I walk down,
Oh my god.
I get some anxiety. This is what she wants. All right, I'm just giving her what she wants.
Disney movies aren't bad for your health. I think Cocomelon's bad for your health.
No, I think that they're
No,
great,
okay,
but
okay,
she
okay.
doesn't want to watch
Listen,
them.
listen, the
Hold on, we're
the
so
music
off
that
track
they
right
put-
now.
We need
No,
to
the
speak about
music
the
that they
bars.
put in Cocomelon is bad for your brain.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I
But
was.
my bars.
Listen, I like that, and you have something going for you. But let's. I mean, this is what me and Dolo do best. We can create a star.
Yeah.
Can
This
you?
kid will
I'm
whip you up
already
a
a star.
beat.
I don't need anybody to create
Stop
a star.
it. I love the energy, but stop it. You're
Yeah.
not a star because nobody knows who you are. So
Yeah.
you can't call yourself a star.
Don't be self-centered.
A rising
We're trying to help you
You're
here.
gonna be a star once I blow up and everyone sees this.
Exactly.
podcast.
That's why we're investing in
That's
you.
why I'm investing in you. Exactly.
You're investing.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
This
Investing
this
is not always
podcast
about
is an
finances.
investment.
No, I just need a producer,
Bingo.
You're talking to the man right
a
here.
music producer.
What the fuck
talking
did
to
you
the
think I
man
was
right
a
here.
porn producer? Relax, all right? This is a couch, but not that kind of
I already
couch.
had one. I just feel like he's like playing with my emotions a little bit. So I'm just like, maybe I'll have to find a new one.
Playing with your emotions.
Listen,
I don't know.
what do you need a music producer for?
Because I need like the beats.
You need a beat, right? You can get on a website, Trackstars, whatever that fucking website is that class he told us about. You can go buy a beat.
I don't want to buy a beat.
What do you mean you don't want to buy a beat?
I want someone to make it for me, like perfectly designed.
You don't think that costs money?
See, this is your
I think
I'm
you
a
have
princess.
Oh, boy.
Actually,
a pillow princess.
no.
I thought you were, you strike me more as
Queen.
well, I was going to say more of like a empowering woman, like kind of like a feminist. Now you're saying you're a princess?
I mean, I have never had a man that has been able to take me out of my masculine energy. So I spent a lot of my life.
Well, you just said you just described yourself as a princess, so I gotta
am.
say there's not a
there's
whole
In my
lot of
heart-
masculine energy.
In my heart and in my soul, I am a queen. I shouldn't have said princess, actually. Like, please. But yeah, I've never dated a guy, because really I've only ever had like relationships in my life that has been able to take me out of my masculine energy, because yes, I'm a very dominant female for sure, but that doesn't, like, I think all females are supposed to be cared for physically, and we, like, women are supposed to handle the spiritual, like, nurturing aspects, and like you said, everybody, this world is not how it's supposed to be. And so yes, I've spent majority of my life in my masculine energy when I should be in my feminine. That doesn't mean that I can never come out of my feminine, and like there's a time and a place to be like raw, you know, but like I don't want to be like that all the time.
Yeah. Now, when you say masculine, do you think that you've sat on this couch for the last 55 minutes and exuded masculine energy?
No, absolutely.
legs
I
aren't
think
crossed,
I've
so-
very much come into my feminine energy really since I became a mother. It was a slow process for me, but like I feel like it really I have to be in my feminine energy to teach my daughter what it's like to really be a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. That
I
checks
respect
out.
that.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this this destiny thing.
Okay.
Because now I make a lot of jokes on this podcast. I just want to make sure that you are not joking about your destiny is to be a rapper.
Yeah.
That is
I'm 100%
truly, you
serious.
truly believe. You're reading a book about it. You're on your path.
I mean, I'm not reading a book about being a rapper.
You're
I just
reading a book about this whole
I
destiny
always considered myself to be this like, I guess in my mind I was always like, oh, I'm so like proper and like blah blah blah, like this like good girl, la la la. But like in my heart and soul, I'm just like I'm a little ghetto.
So you're a good girl, but you
But I
feel
got
inside
bars.
you're a bad bitch.
I am a bad bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
For
All right,
sure.
that's fair.
Okay,
I'm a good girl who's a bad bitch.
So wait, take me back to this destiny thing. What is it you have figured out?
I think if I dropped a
destiny.
track with a really, really good beat, I would be huge.
Okay. So how do you make that happen? This is your destiny to become a rapper. What are the steps that you are currently taking to reach your destiny?
I mean, I'm writing right now. That's my
Okay.
process right now.
That's the era you're in. You're in your writing era.
Mm-hmm.
She did say she was a poet.
I am.
I thought she was writing a book. She's writing bars.
I mean,
So-
I've started books. It's just like I'm not passionate about sitting down and writing a book. I just want to have a good time. And I want money.
That's fair. I think we could all agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, having a good time and getting money sounds great.
But here's I think what strategy is trying to get at, and correct me if I'm wrong. The reality of the
Right.
situation.
Yes. I'm trying to bring it back to
outside
reality.
of what sounds good and what would be great in a utopian
Utopia. You
Right.
don't
Yeah.
believe
I'm
in
gonna
me?
drop this.
No,
track
I'm not
and
saying
it's
I
just
don't
gonna
believe in
blow
you.
up. Like,
what
let's
I'm
just-
saying is, I think you have a longer path on your destiny. to
No
your destiny.
weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Well, I'm not saying nothing's formed
And
against
words
you.
are very powerful.
What I'm
so
saying, you need to
please watch
form.
what you say to
You
me.
need to form tools. What I'm telling you, I'm
have
not.
them.
I'm not saying. Listen. I never once said that you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If
I'll give
anything,
you a check for this.
I don't want your money. I got money. You're still chasing money. I got it.
what I was saying is that there's a process to making a song. It's not, oh, someone gives me a beat, I speak the words, and boom, I'm Nicki Minaj. Right?
Right.
Nicki Minaj even had to work hard and figure out how to write a chorus and how to get a hook that was catchy enough to work
Do you
its
think
way
she
onto the
even writes
radio.
her own songs?
I think at this point she probably doesn't, but I'm sure at one point she did, because I think in the beginning she was more of like, she did battle raps and shit. I've seen her.
Also, I would imagine that being a rapper is like being any other sort of creative person or artist, and you need to find your voice. And the only way to really find your own voice is to perform, record, and go through the motions.
Absolutely.
So just sitting there and writing notes in your phone, I feel like is a great
I mean,
first
like
step.
I said, I think everything happens in divine timing. So like I'm not worried. I'm figuring it out.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, what if the divine timing is you sitting on this couch and breaking the news to us that you think you're the next rap superstar?
Hell
and
yeah,
us
that's why I'm here.
giving you a couple pointers.
So in the Bible, there's a story, right? And it's about I want to say it was either Noah or Moses, Old Testament story. You probably might know this. You guys fuck with the Old Testament. So basically, what it was, there was a fisherman, and he was looking. He was trying to get food, right? And he was like trying to find the fish, and he was like, God, if you could just show me a sign to. Or actually it wasn't show me a sign. It was, God, can you bless me? And he was like,
With a fish.
with fish, to feed my family. And then like a boat came along and was like giving him some sort of. Now I'm paraphrasing. I'm probably butchering the story.
I got you.
But
you can catch a man a fish, he'll eat for a day.
Well,
you can
no,
teach a man to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life.
But it was also it was the person was like, come this way, for there's fish over here. I know where it's at. He's like, no, I've talked to God. He's gonna show me where the fish are. I'm manifesting this essentially, right?
Yeah.
Through prayer. And what it was God was giving him the vessel to follow this man to get the fish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But he was like, no, I'm good. I got this. God's gonna bless me. Maybe it's kind of the same thing. It's like you believe that this is your destiny, and you could very well be right, but you have to put some
Work into it.
make
Hard
this
work
make this
breeds
kinetic
excellence.
energy
For sure. I know
move.
that.
Right.
It's not like I'm just gonna sit here and like not like work on my craft.
Well, what are you waiting for is my question.
I'm not waiting for anything. That's why I moved back from Alaska a few weeks
Okay,
ago.
now we're gone to
I
something.
wasn't gonna be successful in Alaska. All the biggest rappers come out of Houston.
Well, it depends who you're asking. There are some great rappers. I love Houston rap. Strategy, not so much.
Here. Okay, who in your eyes is the?
First of all, who in your eyes is the best rapper?
I mean, that's a really hard. I actually feel like there's a lot of.
Yo, chill.
Okay. I'm not even gonna answer this question because I'm gonna like.
She's not feeling your energy.
Yeah.
Do you like Nas?
Who is your favorite?
My favorite rapper is Nas for sure.
Okay.
How do you feel about Nas?
I'm honestly like.
She doesn't know.
Yeah, I love music, but like I'm not super familiar.
She doesn't know Nas.
And we've come to this point in history where people.
I will say your opening like song. I grew up listening to Atmosphere and like you.
That's Brother Ali.
Yeah.
Jesus
like that's what I grew up on. And that was
of course
like
you did.
Opening song, like
fucking Nordic.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's nothing Dolo hates more than a white rapper, so I'm surprised he even likes you. To be
well, white female rappers, I'll give them a pass because there's none of them for me to hate yet.
Right, I was gonna say
that's what I said. So they're ahead. Atmosphere is trash. All that shit, Aesop Rock, that shit's trash.
At his time, like,
Strategy,
weren't good.
Strategy loves it.
His message, first of all, was good.
Incredible music.
Yeah.
The beats are amazing. Ant is a super producer.
I mean, I don't bang to it now. Like, it's not something I turn on.
It's not something you could ever bang to.
Yeah.
That's where you went wrong.
If you bang the atmosphere,
you know,
your child is doomed. I think.
Wait, what were you saying?
Oh wait, what were you guys talking about?
You said your child is what?
I was joking. You said bang. I was saying like banging.
Oh,
the music.
Yeah.
The big bang.
Yeah, that big bang.
The reason we're alive.
I think that maybe he has a great message. I don't know. I can't get past his fucking voice. So I wouldn't know what he's. If I read it on paper with no beat behind it, it could be good.
No, yeah, I mean he's an incredible lyricist. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
You may not love his voice, but
it just lacks the soul that I need in my music.
Yeah,
and it's not because he's white.
I mean,
because I there are white artists that I like. I really like yacht rock. I've been on a yacht rock phase, which you might not know what that is.
She doesn't know what
but
yacht rock is.
it's white soul music from the 80s.
Steely Dan.
Yeah,
Steely Dan.
I like
Paul
Smith
Simon.
Stallion. I like Saweetie,
Yeah.
You know.
I understand that.
It's so weird to me that you want to be a rapper like that. Like nothing.
This has honestly been like a new thing for me because like I said, I always just thought I was like a writer.
Now tell me this: what do you do if you do record a song? I mean, like you said that you're gonna record a song, you're gonna drop it, it's gonna blow up. Mm-hmm. What do you do if just by small chance, very small chance, you record this song, you drop it, and it gets
words are very
6.5
powerful, so
views.
watch what you say.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, you used that on me, but I started to feel like you're using that as a deterrent for the truth.
Right? Yeah.
Or an inconvenient
your
reality.
Truth is different from my truth, and like I said, no weapon formed against me shall ever
That's
prosper.
actually Christian.
There's really only one
I
truth.
want to say Jesus said that.
If we're going to be honest, there's really only one truth. There's one reality.
But everyone's reality is different.
Everyone's reality is a suggestion, but we all live in the same reality.
Yeah.
No.
We're in the same
Don't
world.
you believe in like have you ever seen the movie Interstellar?
Maybe. I know you'd have to tell me a
Your
little
reality
bit about
of me is different than my reality of me. Because
Well, that's very true because a lot of people have a skewed perspective of themselves.
But you're using the word reality incorrectly. You're using it like as a slang. Reality is the world in which we exist. Now, the way that I think
it's different
of
for
you,
everybody.
the way that I perceive you is different than the way you perceive yourself. But reality is reality.
I think reality is just time, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
That's all. That's it. But everybody's
So you're saying
reality
you're just
is
waiting for the right
different.
time to release your music.
No, you didn't even answer the question. You didn't answer the question. Let's just say, by chance, you do record and release your first song that you believe your destiny will blow up and launch your career. Mm-hmm. What if your destiny, what if you gauged it wrongly and maybe the 67th song you drop is the one that blows up and launches you into, stardom?
Then sick.
What do you do when the first one that you believe right now is that one doesn't do it for you? What happens?
I just
Because
don't think that will.
You did say that you believed that if it's not your path, that you'll meet a resistance that you can tell that wasn't your destiny.
Absolutely.
And but if you do truly, if this is truly your destiny, but you just have to prove that you want it bad enough to the universe, how can you do that without?
I don't think I need to prove anything to the universe. I think I've proved myself time and time again.
But not as a rapper.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe as a mother.
Yeah. Mothers can be rappers too.
Yes,
they can.
But how have you proven yourself as a rapper currently?
I guess I haven't yet.
So other than the power of manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
what would separate you from maybe another girl who's sitting watching this in Katy, Texas, that wants to be a rapper?
My mind, my drive. If it's anything, I'm a very hard worker. I've actually always worked harder at jobs than I ever should have.
Okay, so when you work at something, do you never meet any sort of resistance along the way?
I've always
what are
excelled
your-
in everything that I've ever done because I work like way too hard.
What have you done though?
I mean, I wouldn't say I've done anything like extraordinary. I'm a great mother. Any job I've ever had, I've always like moved up immediately just because of like.
What are these jobs we're speaking of here?
I mean, I'm saying my jobs haven't been that extraordinary, but let's see. My first job, I was 14 and I worked at House of Bread.
What do they
made
do there?
sandwiches.
Serving? Oh, you were a
I made sandwiches.
chef?
Sure, yeah, chef.
Master of the culinary arts.
Hell yeah. And then
And what was the moving up? You were making.
they allowed me
sandwiches
to
and then
close
you-
the store. I was literally 15 years old and I was like allowed to count money and close the store on my own. And then I moved to Texas and I wanted to buy a car, so I got a job at Sport Clips. I was the receptionist. Within like 4 or 5 months, I like became the receptionist manager, and my boss let me like drive his car around to like all the different locations, and I made the schedule and I like took care of the money, and I was the manager at 16 years old at Sport Clips. Then at 18, I started working at this place called Sammy's Sports Grill, and I also became the manager there within like 6 months. So I was managing, and then I got moved up to bartender, and then I was like bar manager.
18?
Yeah. And then
You
as soon
can
as I
do that
turned
in
21,
Texas.
yeah, you can in Texas.
I didn't know that.
And then as soon as I turned 21, I was like, okay, like I want to move to the city because I was going to U of H, I was going to college,
Wait, so,
and I
hold
went
on,
to Clutch.
Not to divert from it, but go back to 18 for a minute. You're 18 as a bartender. Mm-hmm. Do you sneak a couple shots here and there?
I mean,
You
I've
can say
never
it
been
now.
a
There's
big
a statute
drinker.
of limitations.
We did drink like a cake. Honestly, we would drink before we go to work. We'd like have a glass of wine and like smoke a blunt, like whatever, and like go to work.
See, my thing is, if you put me at 18 in charge of all this liquor, I'm gonna drink most of it. The customers will get what
Well,
they pay
that's
for.
why I got put in that position because I'm like,
Trustworthy.
yeah,
Oh, wait.
You
Fair
earned
enough.
it. You earned it.
I
is what
did.
you're saying.
Yeah, I've
And-
earned
and I
everything
respect
that I've gotten in life, and I've done it like out of the goodness of my heart. Like I can honestly say
But what
that.
I'm saying, and I don't want you to be offended by this whatsoever.
I don't really. I'm
do
not easily
sometimes
offended.
have a problem where I offend people by the things that I say. Dolo knows
He's a
this
direct speaker.
He knows this well. You're talking about all these things that you've earned.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you have?
A really, really pure soul.
So that is what you've earned. I'm asking you like what you've
Yeah,
earned.
that's
like
earned.
you're like giving me like accolades here.
No,
Like you-
no,
like
no.
you have
That's like
something-
facts.
No, I don't doubt that you have a pure soul. That's for sure. But I don't know that you earned that. I feel like you were probably born with that.
Yeah, you don't really
No, I think you make
build your soul. You think? Oh, okay. I can see
You make
your
decisions. Like
lead
do
you.
the next right thing. You know, people don't.
Right. And
yeah.
but I think that's something that like you said your grandmother like taught you that. I feel like you were raised by good people. You were raised right. You were born with that soul, I'm telling you. I don't feel like you earned that soul. I don't feel like earning something is like struggling to get it. I don't feel like there was ever a time, and I could be wrong, where
You're wrong.
Did you have a unpure soul and you struggled to make the right decisions at some point?
I don't think anyone taught me anything.
You just told me that your grandmother taught you to
I only
always make
lived
the
with my
right
grandma
decision.
till I was 5 years old, and then she moved to Las Vegas. And like, since that point, I was basically, I wouldn't say on my own, but like, my parents didn't teach me.
Did you go to school?
I did, yes.
They didn't teach you anything in school?
I mean, school. You think school teaches you what's to do right in the world?
I mean, I think that maybe not in this day and age.
I don't think that they
at one
teach. I don't think that they directly teach you. I don't think that they sit you down and tell you that. But I think a smart person, like you seem like a smart person. You seem intelligent. You seem you have the ability to read the room, but you can literally sit at school and see Johnny, who fucking throws cookie crumbs at the teacher when he's not looking, is getting in trouble and going down a bad path.
Yeah.
I am not doing that.
Yeah.
That's what school teaches you. You're socializing, you're learning about the world around you. You're able to read between the lines and take information in and use that information correctly.
Yeah. To be honest, I think a lot of the reason why I always made such good decisions was like out of fear.
Okay, I can relate to
That's
that.
kind of what religion does.
I can relate to that.
Absolutely. Like I do think that evil is, what is the word for it? Evil is, I don't really think us as humans can really fathom like true evil. Because like I don't think like the people I'm sitting next to right now are, you know what I mean?
There are evil people in this world.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So like I don't know, I guess I had like a skewed.
I was sexually assaulted at about 12:23 p.m. by an evil woman. Most
sorry
likely
that
a
that
man,
happened to
most
you.
likely a trans man
Oh,
woman,
goodness.
but happened earlier
Today,
sorry.
this
Today.
morning?
today.
Can we talk about that for a moment?
Yeah.
We could talk about it.
Where did he touch you?
I walked outside. Listen, I walked outside for my daily walk.
On the bayou?
Didn't even have my shirt off yet.
Okay.
Walk outside. I'm about 7 seconds into being in the sunlight, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and out of the corner of my eye, I got my AirPods in. I see this car that stopped where normally it would have just driven by. I could see it out of the corner of my eye, like the tail of the car. So I look, and it's a woman, old woman, probably 50, mask on. She's trying to say something to me. I take my AirPod out. I can't hear her still. Walk closer to the car. She got the mask on, hard to hear. She goes, "Is Yale Street that way?" I was like, yeah, Yale's, you just keep going. It's right down there. I'm like getting ready to put my AirPod back in, continue my walk. And she says, "You have very nice art. I like your art." She's talking about my tattoos. And I was like, "Oh, thank you very much." And as she's saying this, she's like unbuttoning this button right here and sort of like going like this. And at first it seems like she's like scratching, talking to me,
gosh.
scratching. But then she unbuttons another button and she's like rubbing her tit. And she goes, "Do you have that bulge because you're hard?"
Whoa.
Swear to God.
No.
Swear to God. And I was like, what?
Wait, so
I was like, what? And I just kept walking.
oh, you're a
She
bitch.
sped off.
You are a bitch.
Bro, I was
all that
terrified.
Send News game you talk. You're a straight up bitch. Wait, what? Was it can you confirm it was a trans?
Listen, I'm going to tell you exactly why it was a man. Because that's man shit.
Yeah, ain't no
that's
girl doing
caveman
that.
brain. That's caveman brain at its fucking finest.
Yeah,
That's
trans.
man shit. That's the
trans.
problem. Like, you could fucking dress up however you want. You could do whatever. You could fucking live your life how you want to be perceived. But at the end of the day, the operating system is male. And you're on some caveman brain shit.
Well,
trying to
in the
fucking-
transsexual's defense,
Oh my God.
you are the one that chooses to walk around free ball roll call.
Listen, let's not do any victim blaming on this
I'm just
podcast,
saying.
all right?
I'm
You-
sorry that happened to
You
you.
dressed the part.
I don't think that she did it because
You were
I
asking
wasn't-
for it.
I don't think that she did it because I wasn't wearing underwear. I think that anyone walking right there would have gotten that. I'm not going to say that it was me. I don't think that she
Dog,
looked at
I've
me.
seen your thirst traps. You can see you're not wearing underwear.
Oh my God.
All she did
actually-
was take the bait
underwear
that you're putting out
unhealthy.
there. Yeah, that's great.
Underwear is extremely unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for men.
Yes.
You know what
I've
else
been
is unhealthy? Zipping up your ball sack.
Ooh.
No, but
Very
yeah,
unhealthy.
that really
Careful, go
happened.
slower.
That really
Yeah.
happened, and it was wild.
Yeah, well, it
was
You did that?
There's a reason.
No. The sexual assault that I encountered.
You never zipped
yeah.
up your ball sack?
Back
yeah.
to that.
No,
No, he doesn't wear
I don't
jeans.
really wear
He
jeans.
wears sweats. So
Yeah.
Okay.
his biggest fear is piss dribble. I'd imagine.
Piss dribble is a fear, and I've been thinking
God.
I'm on my Shark Tank shit.
Okay.
I got
You
something.
got something?
I got
Okay,
some. Once
okay.
Is that like a
once this
sticker that goes over your
Here's the thing.
dickhead?
This is my destiny, right? So
Yeah.
here's my divine destiny.
Okay.
Once this pod blows up and the free ball activism really kicks in and I get to travel the world and give speeches to high schoolers about how underwear is bad for men and,
Hell yeah.
and we need to be out here free balling.
And women.
And
Oh, no. Not
they
the
don't
same.
really have I don't think they have a dribble problem, but
Well,
We don't have sperm in our ball sacks.
now that see
We
that
carry them inside.
I thought you were saying
That's
in a
why
different-
females handle like the inside, like it's supposed to be that way.
no, but yeah, once free balling really blows up and more people are doing it and then they realize that it's tough to piss and not dribble on yourself a little bit after, that's when the dribble guard comes into play.
Dribble guard. You already got a name for it.
Yeah.
Do you have a logo?
TM. He's trademarking this right now.
Do you have a logo already or what?
You better.
Not yet.
careful.
But there's probably going to be 2 basketballs.
Okay.
Most likely.
All right. I saw your new logo for the podcast.
Yeah.
Here?
Just a little sticker.
Okay.
It's not really. I'm not going to put it on the pod and shit, but I just want to.
It's a little something.
I need a sticker. I need a mission in the club. I miss that. I need that. I need to like be able to hand. It's like a good deterrent too. Someone comes up for a request. I'm like, yeah, for sure. You can have a sticker.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not what I wanted.
1 second.
Right.
Yeah, hold on.
Then they walk away because they're
Yeah.
confused.
Well,
yeah.
sometimes they don't, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. That sucks.
How are we doing on time? Because I do have to work.
I mean, it's a minute or an hour 15, but it's 8:50.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
I have work at 10.
Speaking of dribbling on myself, I'm gonna take a piss real quick.
Sick.
So, outside of rapping, do you have any other passions?
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of passions.
Are you a traveler? Do you like to?
I like to travel.
draw?
I haven't been able to travel as much as I would like. I really like to sew. I grew up sewing with my grandma,
Okay.
and so I like make little clothes for my daughter all the time. I
Like
love to
quilting or like what kind of?
So my grandma actually has like a quilting machine, and so like one
I've
of like
seen
the
those
industrial.
with the foot pedal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
well, no, not the foot pedal, like one of the computerized ones, which are
Oh.
like super badass, honestly. And so like yeah,
Is that where you can make one of those things that like stitches out and it says like no doing coke in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
well,
I
you
like
might be thinking of embroidery actually, which
embroidery?
embroidery is actually it's really fun too. It's cool,
them. Okay.
but I can do that
I'm
as
very
well.
novice to all that shit, but it's
But,
cool.
yeah.
I definitely.
So I like sewing. I really like to be outside. That's why I love Alaska. I love the mountains. I like fresh air.
Do you hike out there?
Yeah,
Aren't there bears and stuff?
I'm not scared of bears.
You never encountered a bear?
You respect the land and it respects you.
I don't know. There was a guy who did a documentary with the grizzly bears, and it didn't work out too great.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should carry a gun because at any point, things
But
get
just in
crazy.
case.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're not worried about bears.
No.
What do they have? Grizzly bears? Black bears? What do you got?
All of the above.
All of it. All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for me, champ.
No. You're a city boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prefer that.
Yeah.
You said something to me yesterday about loving whores.
Yeah. Loving to hate horse.
Ugh.
Loving to hate whores.
He thought you said love hate for whores, and I said I could understand that.
No, I think she's right because I have a love-hate relationship with a good whore.
Now, are we talking prostitute whores or just whores in general?
Just women who are scandalous.
Scandalous women. Yeah, know a few of those.
Scandalous women. How are you going to be the next Meg Thee Stallion and not perpetuate the image of
So I think this is like part of becoming like a woman for me and like coming into my femininity. So we're all created, right? Like as who we are. I was born sexy, right? Like
Okay, I thought you were about to say you're born with a dick, because I was going to be really surprised.
like a man.
Well, you don't know these days.
it's
That is-
getting a lot.
that offended me.
You don't know these days.
Tougher to tell.
You started the sentence with saying, "I'm just getting into my femininity. I was born with."
The kid's not wrong. And until you're driving around sexually assaulting other men,
We
never
won't
know.
know. Yeah. When you start sexually harassing strategy, we'll know that you're a dude.
No, I just think like naturally, even when I'm not trying, I'm sexy. Like I come across as being sexual, and I'm really not that way. Like I'm a dork. I'm goofy. But like
Also come across a little bit conceited,
Just a little, but it's okay.
but that's
I've
fine.
only recently become that way. Like I'm done being humble, to be honest. Like I'm a really good person, and
But what do you have to be humble about? We're back to my original question.
what do I have to be humble about? What do you mean? Yeah,
like?
elaborate.
Why do you have to humble yourself?
I don't anymore.
You just
Why
said.
did you? Why did?
Why
in the
did I
past?
before?
Yeah. What were you humbling yourself?
I mean, I
about?
think it
Humbling
goes back
experience.
to like childhood. I think I didn't have the best childhood, but I'm not gonna get in. I don't want to get into that.
I don't want to
on
get
the
into your
podcast.
childhood
I don't wanna
traumas.
talk about that.
I'm trying to
just
figure
saying
out.
childhood trauma really plays a role into what shapes you as a person and like what freedoms that you have. So I never felt free in my body, I guess, until I became a mother, and that really empowered me, and it really like taught me to face myself and really look in the mirror. And like I have always easily attracted attention to myself, but it was never like on purpose. Like I can look a guy in the eyes and not like, I shouldn't look men in the eyes because they immediately think like I don't want you, but like they think that because like I naturally come across as sexy. But like I'm learning to like embrace that because this is the body that I was given and this is my path in life. And so like once I really started to embrace who I am as a person, things started to unfold for me.
In terms of what has unfolded thus far?
I just feel more aligned than I ever have by
define
being
aligned.
Myself. Alignment is different for everybody, so I don't know how you.
Listen, I gotta be honest.
Here's
can I be 100%?
You're saying all these things, but you're saying nothing at all.
How do I talk in circles?
I'm not belittling you by saying this.
I might speak a different language than you because you're not. Are you?
No. I'm not belittling you. Don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to maybe help convey it to you because you might not realize it.
I like what you have to say, but you're not able to really hammer it home. Like you make a good point, and then I want to know more because I'm a curious person. But you're unable to really give me the information that I'm looking for.
It goes back to what I said about religion and how nobody's okay. So they give us the keys, the fundamentals. We've been laid out the fundamentals of all the different religions, all the different prophets. They've given us all the tools. They've given us all the keys to life, right? Okay, we've been given all of those. Now we've evolved. The species has evolved. We're not who we were when religion was created. So the rules are different now. Mm-hmm. And so what I say by alignment is like, in order to be like free and really be like living on your path, you have to be able to decipher what is right and wrong for you.
So basically what you're
saying, religion or someone else's rules, like be free.
So we'll have to go back and watch this podcast a couple of times to really truly understand and grasp your holiness.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't. That's just the way that I think. I don't know. Not everyone thinks the same, but that's just what I believe.
I mean, like I'm getting.
It's like you want a concrete answer, and like to be honest, there's not a concrete answer for anything.
I think there can be.
I mean, for certain things, like there's like facts. Like, is that white? Yes. Is that pillow soft?
Covered in
yes. Oh God, this couch. I'm scared.
I'm sitting on a wine stand.
And if I don't know you other than this podcast, but if I had to kind of
like, I want you to be better. I want you to be able to sit with someone and explain to them what you're trying to say, because I do get it a little bit. I do, because I'm on the same wavelength a little bit. Like nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. These things that you like to say, these little sayings. Like I get that. I live my life the same way.
I think you're not as confident about the belief that you have, but you are confident about it. But I think when it's questioned to like be explained, I think you kind of walk in a circle around it just because you don't want to be like, well, this is the right answer, because you're still finding out, right? You're still on your journey. You're still discovering.
No, I think that's like, you said like, I talk in circles. It's like the circle of life. I hate to say that, but like,
okay,
the mic came out.
But like, keep it by your mouth.
That's like, I talk in circles, the circle of life. There is no like definite answer, because like
there is definitely a lot of definite answers.
Open to your perception.
I think that's a nice way of looking at the world, and I think that's a great way of having a positive outlook on anything. And I think that is a common belief system that a lot of people have in this day and time. But that's, I think
freedom. America.
When it comes to reality, right? If I have a bill that's due, I can't walk in circles around that, because they're going to say, no, this is what you owe. I'm not going to say, yeah, that's what I owe. But if you really think about it, the lights were only used for the best intentions. And then they're going to be like, well, just pay us what you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I think the reality of the universe is a little bit more defined than, I think that you are correct. That there are open to interpretation. I think you're onto something there. But I think there has to be some sort of balance, some yin and yang, with what is. You know what I'm saying?
There is a lot of truths. There's a lot of truths.
Yes.
There's a lot of facts. There's a lot of...
And I think a lot of times it doesn't feel good to say things are the truth, so we kind of walk around them, so to speak.
Okay. I mean, if you feel like I'm walking around them, I don't feel that way. But like,
I don't think, and that's why I said, that's why I'm telling you, because I don't think that you realize it. I think that you're a very positive person, and I think that you have a very positive outlook on life, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and you should embrace that, and you should carry that as long as you possibly can before this evil world turns you into a bitter old DJ like me and Strategy. But
how old are you?
26.
Yeah. And I think ambition is great, and it's a great life. It can be used as the most important tool to conquer all your dreams, but reality has to sit in there a little bit.
Yeah, like just the difference. The difference between you trying to tell me that you have your own reality and your reality that you have is that the first song you drop is going to blow up and you will be a famous rapper, and that's just what it is, and that's my path, and that's my destiny, and this and that, and blah blah blah. The real reality that we all live in together is that no, that's not going to happen.
It could happen.
No,
it could with the right.
Formed against me.
Again,
I'm not trying to form anything.
No
against
one's
you. I want to see you.
We're
win.
just saying.
I'm not.
In order to attain a goal, you have to apply pressure.
And here's the other thing is that
hard work.
Is that
for sure?
Yeah.
Is that a lot of things that a lot of times what people don't understand is like through the work that you put in over the years to get to that hit song. Like let's say you drop a song and it blows up and now all of a sudden you're a famous rapper. You don't even know how to deal with any of that. I mean, this is how, Jerry Yeller's going to come along and you're going to get taken for all your money. I mean, that's how it happens. Jerry Heller. You're going to get, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I've done a lot of work on myself to be able to handle that. And I've really created
I don't think you've done a single thing in the rap world to be able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different world.
Music industry is a different world.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
And then the performing arts and like everything that you work for up into the point that everything that somebody works for up into the point that they blow up determines how well they can handle it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You acquire skills along the way.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm fully prepared to acquire the skills.
Okay, you're fully prepared for the next step in the journey.
Yeah.
But you're not fully prepared today to become Nicki Minaj.
I don't want to be Nicki Minaj.
Well,
I want to be
the next Nicki Minaj.
Meg Thee Stallion, whatever you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're on the Strategy and Dolo show where we like to kill dreams.
I'm not trying to kill a dream.
Like never kill my dream.
I hope your dream comes true. But here's the thing: I hope that you are able to really be as prosperous and fruitful with it as you can possibly be.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I think that living in the actual reality that we all live in together.
No, Strategy. That's your reality.
Exactly.
Own it.
There's only one reality.
Well.
Okay, imagine if what I'm saying right here, right now is true. And then this is the first time that I ever came out and like spoke these things and like I performed for you guys. Then just imagine what that would do for your life.
Yeah, it would be incredible.
It'd be great.
And
we'd have it on camera as the
you guys
first
would be
time.
Traveling the world. You'd be living.
I don't know about all that, but
easy,
we could say we found a star. But I think anything's possible. The more I see on the internet, the more I read, the less I believe anything is real. Anyways, so I really truly believe you. Yeah,
I mean, you're mistaking what I'm saying for me, like hoping for your failure, and that is not the case whatsoever.
I don't get that vibe at all. Honestly, no. I understand you're like a very realistic person. You're like, your dreams haven't come true, so you're here to say that.
Well, our dreams kind of have come true.
I'm pretty sure my dream is very true.
We're paid DJs.
Yeah.
So in a sense, we are in that realm of existence that you
want to be in.
That you want to be in.
Which is why we're trying to help.
That's why we're trying to help. But again, don't look at it like we're bitter old motherfuckers who are like shitting on your dreams. We're just trying to help you find the best way to attain your destiny.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because for sure, positive outlook and laws of attraction, that will 100% help. But again, you got to have that hustle.
It's all in here and in here. But
and a lot in your fingers of writing.
It's really all in here.
And voice.
Which is this reality.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Being
really
in the studio, spending time, making those hits. But I could be wrong. There are people that make songs that blow up on TikTok for no apparent reason and just become rich. So maybe that's what.
But do they
maybe
become
I got
rich?
it wrong.
What happens to somebody whose song just blows up on TikTok?
Momentarily rich. I didn't say wealthy. They get some money.
Yeah.
You know, if it's utilized correctly and they have the right team behind them pushing them to, you know, tour with their TikTok song.
Yeah. And then you get some like writers along your side. Yeah, I like TikTok.
Do you make TikToks?
Sometimes.
Do you make any rap TikToks?
No. I talk on TikTok.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe using TikTok to catapult your career? Because, like you said, you are a beautiful woman, and maybe people seeing you, you know, rather than hearing you only, could help your whole brand,
for sure,
so to speak.
I've thought about it. Sometimes I like sing a little song.
Okay.
Or just like, yeah.
You can sing as well?
So like my parents didn't raise me in an environment that really allowed me to like thrive in my artistic abilities.
Is Alaska not really artistic?
My mom was just like in survival mode. Like she was a single mom of two, and like she was working. My mom worked all the time, so like we were left alone a lot, and we weren't really given the ability to like explore our like passions and talents until I got old. You know, not old. I'm young, but.
So as a kid, you wanted to sing and do these things, but you just didn't have the opportunity?
I feel like I've always been like singing. Like I love music. I literally have always had a passion for music. I guess just like listening, but like I'm not the type of person that can like shut up. Like I have to be like singing the song, you know? So I guess if from a younger age I would have been able to like explore those talents, I probably could have really. I think singing takes a lot of like hard work and like patience and like practice, and I just don't necessarily think I could develop that skill over time singing, but I haven't been able to do that.
Did you do any schooling outside of high school? Did you?
I went to college. Went to University of Houston. I originally went to school for education, and then I ended up I kind of went like the psychology route and was like taking a bunch of like religion courses and like psychology and philosophy. And
have you thought about that as like your destiny, maybe? Like
teaching?
Or just like a spiritual life coach? Because you seem very in touch with that.
I think
you were
I'm
being a rapper.
Capable of everything.
Okay.
To be honest, but like I really, I know, I've always known, I guess, not always. I guess since I've become like an adult, I just know that I am a teacher. Like everyone I come across, I feel like when I have a conversation with them, they come out on the other side like learning something.
What would you like to teach?
I don't feel that way. I don't think I've learned a single thing here, unfortunately.
Cool.
But,
Well, good for you.
I wouldn't say good for me. I'd like to learn. That's why I'm asking questions, but it's tough. I do have a weird brain, though. I mean, that's always been my thing. I would have to ask multiple questions in school to understand what other people already understood. It needs to be explained to me in a different way. I admit that I am retarded a little bit.
He's learning disabled.
Like everything you need like evidence.
I just have questions that need to be answered. You know, things are said and then questions pop up in my head and I can't really get past the
It's called a pessimist.
Well, that's where I go. Yeah, that's where I go back to like everybody's reality is different. Like I'll say it again. Like what I believe doesn't have to be what you believe. And
listen, at the end of the day, if you're happy,
but I don't want to believe what you believe. That's the thing. I'm not looking to join your thing.
Cool.
But I do want to understand it. I do want to be able to understand you. I do want to be able to look at something the way that you're seeing it. That's why I'm saying paint the picture for me. You know what I'm saying? To be honest,
maybe I'm not supposed to be understood by you. Like I'm not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, there's just certain people.
Yeah, like some people will understand me, and some people will hear me, and like what? Really feel it. And then
the world's big enough, you could have a niche market and still sell 1 million records to your audience.
100%. Like not everybody is gonna like me, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yes.
Love to hate me. I've dealt with that my whole life.
I don't think he hates you.
I'm not saying you hate me. I'm sure a lot.
Just
like,
in general.
Saying, like, yeah, you can hate me. I just get better.
What?
I think I've learned something today.
What'd you learn?
I've learned that the disconnect between someone who's in their 20s and someone who's in their 30s is ambition. And I truly think that you two are the extremities of both of those sides, right? Strategy is kind of a bitter old Jew, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like a very young, spunky, ambitious blonde girl, right? Yeah. Obviously, there's more to you and there's more to him. Okay, guys, don't get offended. But I'm just saying, right? In essence,
but I don't think that that's true.
And I think I think it is true because I think that's why I hate talking to people who are younger than me because they're ambitious, and though I applaud that, and I think that's
but ambition is the wrong word.
Jealousy?
Ambition is the wrong word.
Really?
How could I be jealous of someone if I don't even believe that their reality is true?
Okay.
So I can't be jealous of it.
Okay.
Now, if you were a DJ and like you were doing something that I like wish I would have done, then I would have been like, fucking motherfucker. Then that's jealousy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I never wanted to be a rapper. So it's not that I'm jealous of your goal. I never wanted to be a woman either. So I'm not jealous of that. There's nothing, not to say that you don't have anything, but there's nothing that you have that I could be jealous of. Okay. You understand? I'm purely making an observation between strategy and you, the differences of people in their 30s and their 20s. And that's what I've taken away from this conversation.
I think that ambition's the wrong word. And I also don't think that I've been...
I think ambition is a kind word.
Yes.
And I think bitter is a rude word. But I think that you understand what I'm saying.
No, but because I'm not trying to be bitter. I'm not trying to crush a dream.
Okay, let me level it a little bit. I think that
I legitimately want to help. Legitimately, and I feel that I feel like the way that I could help is to give you reality. Do you understand? Okay. Does that make sense to you?
I understand. And that's again, I don't think you're coming from a bad place. I think bitter was the wrong word. I think that you are a realist, and you're just like when you listen to your elders, right? Obviously, there's not that big of a gap of age to say elders, but like when you listen to someone who might have knowledge in the field that you're wanting to get into, right? Mm-hmm. It is important to listen because you can learn. And I think that your plan of attack, which is more based on manifesting your universe, you're missing rules or lessons that you could get from someone who's been down a similar path,
who has manifested their own success.
Well, what can you do for me?
He can give you knowledge.
I could give you knowledge.
Like, what kind of knowledge do I need?
Well, I'm trying to tell you like
how a song is made. You said I need a beat and then I got a song. Well, do you know what goes into making a song? Like actually like recording? Do you know how they work out ad libs? Do you know how to EQ your vocals? Do you know what kind of compression you need to use on vocals? He does. He's worked in that field.
Do you know the structure of a song? I told you could go buy a beat online. You said, I don't want to buy a beat. What do you mean you don't want to buy it? You go buy a beat. Go start
one's going to give you a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like everything costs. And it's not that we're trying to knock down your dreams. We're trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? But, and I think, I think that's where the mix up is. But this has been great. I do have to get to work. I know you have to get to work.
I have to get to work as well. Yeah.
And I think this has been a lot of fun.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's a good podcast for anyone who could withstand the insane nature of it. But that's kind of the world we live in. Is just fast. Like it was never really stuck on one subject for long. We bounced around.
There were a lot of good topics.
Went in circles and
earlier.
That's
religion,
my personality,
family, parenting,
all over
strategies. We learned that strategy was sexually assaulted this morning.
Oh goodness.
There's been some highlights.
There
were some disconnects, but it wasn't that bad.
But also that is real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best part about
when you have a conversation with someone you know nothing about. Obviously, there will be disconnects. But like I said, you can learn.
I don't think I ever felt disconnected throughout this whole podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, no, disconnected I think is the wrong word because there's people that I talk to and I'm like I can't even. We're not on the same page whatsoever.
Yeah.
But and that would
vibe,
be disconnected.
like, shifted throughout this conversation.
No, not vibe wise at all.
Okay.
I think communication.
It just
that was the disconnect. There wasn't a disconnect. Like I was like, this fucking annoying. Like get me the fuck away from this girl. It was more like, I don't think you're understanding what we're saying, and I don't think that we're understanding what you're saying.
Yeah,
there's
we don't speak the same language.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we are all connected.
Yeah, for sure.
We are all
absolutely
understand what's happening in the room.
And I think we all agree on a lot of topics. So it's not like there's a disconnect in that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Love you guys.
Love is love.
It's all love.
It's all love.
Love.
It's all love, baby. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're on YouTube, drop a comment, algorithm activating activities. Thank you, Payton, Anchorage, Alaska's own, DJ Dolo, the God himself.
No, this is a God.
I
am a follower of God. She is God.
Some people do say that God's a female. You know who says that? You know who says that?
Ariana Grande.
You know who says that? Come on, you got this.
Ariana Grande.
Before that. No.
Jesus.
Sean Daly of Atmosphere.
Oh. There it is. Jesus.
So we are speaking the same language.
Let's go.